Today I'm going to be installing the 360 camera on my 2009 Honda CR-V EXL. And if you guys remember, I bought this car from auction for just about 1,000 USD, and the reason why this car was a salvage car is because it was rear-ended and I had to replace its rear hatch as well as the rear bumper. And in the previous episode, I repainted the whole rear end, and this is the second part of the CarPlay installation episode. And previously you have seen me transform this interior from looking like this to this. The unique thing about this CarPlay screen is that it supports a 360-degree camera. Alright, so the first step would be to remove the trim here, and after removing the trim, I can get access to this AC controller here. The AC controller here has a trim lock that is keeping this CarPlay screen in place from the bottom, and once the AC controller is out, the bottom will be free. And the next step would be to remove the AC air duct trim here. I'll just have to lift it up a bit so that I can get access to the top here, and then the CarPlay screen can be out. And after that, I can configure the 360 camera. Alright, so the AC control is out now, and this was the lock I was talking about. So this locks in to the underneath of this clip here, and these two pockets on the other side is for these plastic clips just to sit in. The next thing I would need to do is remove this top part here so I can get access to this AC trim, and then just pull this up in front in a way that I can get access to the lock here and then remove the screen. Alright, so the AC duct trim is out, and I just have to get it a bit gapped so that I can take the CarPlay screen out just like this, and now I have access to the back side. This is the camera wire here. As you can see, it is labeled with rear, front, left and right, and I have a full step-by-step tutorial on how to install each and every wire on this aftermarket CarPlay screen, so make sure to go check out that video if you want to see how to install these wires. So here's the game plan. I'm gonna go ahead and connect these cables with the cameras first just to see how it works on the screen. And although today I'm not gonna drill and install the camera completely on the car, but I just want to show you the functionality of the camera and how to use it and what it looks like. Alright, here's the camera set I got with the screen. In the camera package, you get a drill bit to drill all the compatible holes for the cameras. And here are the cameras, and each wire is labeled, as you can see, and that way you can connect the camera wires with the camera and the head unit here. Alright, here are the cameras. In total, you get 4 cameras, one front, a rear, and one left and a right. Alright, so the idea is you take these connectors and connect them with these long extension wires, and you can color code and match each extension cable to the plug that comes from the head unit here. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect all these cameras and see what it looks like in this head unit. Alright, on these extension cables here and the camera, you can see here there is a small arrow here, and that arrow you can match it with the other cable here and then just simply plug it in. Alright, I'm all done with the connection of all the cables here. So basically, here's what I did. I connected all the 4 extension cables with the color-coded plugs, and then I connected the cameras to them. Alright, so here are the apps. I'm just going to scroll and find the 360 app, and that's right here. When I click on that, alright, I'm getting an error where it's showing me that the reverse camera is not set up to 360, so it cannot display me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the car settings. So here's the car settings. There you go. I'm going to go to factory settings and enter the code 8888 so 4 times 8. And I'm going to go to the reverse camera setting here. And it says reverse camera setting is SD, HD 360 or DVR. I'm going to go ahead and click on DVR and select HD 180p and press OK and restart now. There you go. The app automatically started. And let's see if the cameras work. Oh, look at that. That's a nice animation here. And currently it's not calibrated. As you can see, this is the front camera. For some reason it's showing me black and white, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that setting here. And I can choose to see the 360 degrees here, or I can choose to see the side, which is on here. I'm gonna go to the settings. I can go ahead and select different settings here, and then I can go ahead and calibrate the setting here. Alright, so I was playing around with the camera settings here, and I found out that the HD 1080p 25 FPS is the correct setting for this car. And once I click on this and I restart the screen, and that's when it will go ahead and reboot the system to configure with the correct information on the formatting of the camera, and then I'll be able to access the camera and its functionality. So there you go. So now I have a color feed on all of my cameras here. All right, so this is the front side, the front camera. There it is. So this is my front camera, and here is the gear knob, and here's the camera, the steering wheel, and everything. And for example, if I go ahead and select my rear end, this is my reversing camera, and this should be this one. There you go. So for example, I could be reversing, and obviously it's mirrored because it's reverse camera, and so on and so forth. So here's the side camera on the left side. So as you can see, this screen moves and this camera also moves. There you go. So you get the idea here. So what I can do now is I can either hardwire all the cameras to go inside where it's supposed to be and find out where the drill position should be and hardwire, and I can put the front camera, rear camera, left and right all together. And this is how you can install an aftermarket 360 camera on any car that has an aftermarket screen that supports a 360 camera. And it is very important that you know that your aftermarket camera screens supports the 360 camera chip, because not all the aftermarket Android screens have that 360 camera chip inbuilt. So you're gonna have to specifically order a screen that supports their 360 camera. All right guys, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I'm gonna put the link of this screen on my description. And if you guys learned something new, hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one.